You have to call them. You have to get their contact information. And how do you get their contact information? Offer them something of value. I built my database up because I wasn't afraid to talk to people, but it's not just about talking to people. You gotta get their information. Are you ever gonna see them again? They're gonna remember, oh, that's Monica at Starbucks. No, that decision was not an easy decision. It was the best decision I could ever make for my life, for my kids, for my family, and for my health. Hey everyone, I'm Monica Dunlap, broker and owner of Totally Bad Houses. This video is out how I became a top producing agent. So if you're looking to level up and want to be the next top producing agent, you want to listen to this video. Stay tuned, and I'm talking about this next. So here's my story. I didn't just, have a brokerage, right? I started from the bottom. I was unsure, scared to death because you know what? I was leaving a nicely paid salary position. I went from that and just the fear of going from over $100,000 a year to zero. That's scary. But you know what? I had determination. I knew that I could replace that income within a year. You have to have that confidence. I had that confidence. You know what? I did end up doing that, but it wasn't easy. It took a lot of time, effort, grit. That decision was not an easy decision, but it was the best decision I could ever make for my life, for my kids, for my family, and for my health. Yes, it was scary, but I'm gonna tell you, now it's a great thing. So don't be scared to take that leap if you're not in real estate right now. And if you are in real estate right now and not making the money that you want to make, then you need to listen to these tips I have going on, because maybe you're not doing something quite right. Just a small change is gonna make a huge difference for you in your future. Do you have the mindset of a top producer? Because that's number one. You have to shift your mindset. You've got to already think that you're a top producer. But it comes more with just thinking that you're a top producer. What does that mean? And what is the mindset of a top producer? Well, first of all, I stopped waiting on opportunities to come to me. I had to go get them. I see too many realtors being passive about their business, thinking if they buy a pen with their name on it, or if they buy something else or hand out business cards, right? Hoping and praying that somebody's gonna reach out to them. They're not. I'm sorry. That's too passive, and you got to get active in your business. You actively have to find your next deal, and that may be a little uncomfortable, but again, you've got to have the right mindset. You have to know that your next deal is out there if you go and get that. And that's what real producers really do. And if you're too uncomfortable to do that, you got a question, is real estate for you? That's a big point. And that's something you got to look deep within and find out. But you want to make some money in real estate? Go out and get that next opportunity. Next thing, you are now a business owner. Congratulations. You're not just a real estate agent. And if you think you are, then you don't have the right mindset, and it's going to be very hard to be successful. Successful realtors treat their real estate business like an actual business. Well, what does that mean? Okay, Monica, I'll tell you what that means. That means, first of all, you got to have systems and processes in place. You have got to lead generate. I know that sounds scary. What does it mean? That means you actively finding business. And this is not lead generate just in general. This is lead generate with a purpose and a schedule. Because most realtors do a very, very poor job with time management and scheduling. And the next thing you know, they don't know what's going on, and you spend the whole day not working on their business. Because that's another thing with real estate. You don't get a boss telling you got to be at work at 9 o'clock and you get to clock out at 5. No, you don't have any boss. Put it in your calendar, because if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. And lead generation should be the number one priority in your calendar. They think that lead generating is not important. Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's the number one thing. It is important. That's gonna guarantee you paychecks when you lead generate, and you do it daily. And I always recommend you work on your business in the morning and in it in the afternoon. So make sure you're working on your business daily. Schedule at least an hour of power, meaning hour of lead generating, an hour of trying to find clients, with a target of maybe talking to at least 5 people during that hour. If you do that, you're going to rack up to 25 plus people every week. That's going to start getting you some business. But if you don't talk to anybody, you're not getting any business. So that's the first part of building that structure. Put it in your schedule. I recommend maybe 9 to 10 or 9 to 11. You block that time out. This is, hey, everybody, I am focusing on my business. This is my hour of power. You close the door, don't let anybody in, close the distractions, turn off your cell phone, and use a CRM. You don't have a CRM, it's going to be very, very hard. And I know it may be expensive, but you know what? You can find a brokerage, I know ours does, that actually supplies a CRM for you and your business, because that's going to be a great tool because there's a dialer there to help you get going as well. So make sure you have a CRM also. And you know what? Doesn't matter. You say, Monica, which one do you recommend? One that you actually use. And after, the next step is follow up. The fortune's in the follow-up in this business. Most people talk to somebody one time and never follow up. You know, I can tell you stories. I've had prospects that I talked to, had a really good conversation. Hey, I'm going to send you some homes. Let's get this scheduled. Didn't hear from them. But did I say, oh, they don't want to work with me? Did I give up? No, I didn't give up. What did I do? I tried to call them again the following week. I messaged them. I sent them an email. Every few days, I am following up. And you know what? After a while, the follow-up, you don't want to harass somebody, right? But it gets a little bit further. Maybe it was like once a month I'm following up still. And you know what? When they see that when they're ready, they think of you first because I've established that. And sure enough, I thought, again, I was a young agent. I thought, you know what? They probably ghost me, but I'm not going to give up. They probably don't want to work with me. I'm not going to give up. And sure enough, when they were ready, they called me and I got to sell a $600,000 home, which is pretty good here in Kentucky. So it was a great payday for me just because I followed up. So the fortune's in the follow-up, and don't make assumptions. If they don't answer, they're probably busy. And when it is ready, you need to make sure that you are top of mind. And that's what the follow-up is. Write a note card too. I'm a big note card writer. Who gets note cards in the mail now? Hardly anybody. So when you talk to somebody, write them a nice note card. That's going to help embed you and your name so they know when they think of a real estate agent, because everybody knows a realtor. We know that. Everybody probably knows 7 of them or more. Be the one that stands out. Be the one that gives great client service. And you may think too, well, Monica, I don't even know anybody. I'm not from this area. Well, I'm not originally from Louisville either. But you know what? You can buy leads. If you don't have any money for that, go out and talk to people. I found clients when I went to the playground with my kids. I went to the local Starbucks. I found clients standing in line. I was going to talk to everybody and build relationships. I built my database up because I wasn't afraid to talk to people. But it's not just about talking to people. You got to get their information. If you don't get their phone number, you don't get their email, are you ever going to see them again? They're going to remember, oh, that's Monica at Starbucks. No, they've forgotten me as soon as I left. Or if I just hand them a business card again, are they going to say, oh, let me call Monica? No. If I had a conversation, maybe. But that business card's probably going in the trash. You have to call them. You have to get their contact information. And how do you get their contact information? Offer them something of value. Hey, you know what? You haven't bought a home yet? Let me send you my first time home buyer guide. What's the best email for you? What's the best phone number? There you go. You just got their contact information. And once we have that, we can find out where they live as well. We can get their address. But you have to ask for it. You don't ask, you don't get. And the next part is continued education. Stay up on the market updates as well. You need to know what's going on in your market, what's going on in the real estate business, because buyers and sellers, they're going to ask you that. Potential clients, they're going to ask you that. And if you go, I don't know, what do you think they're going to do? Then they're going to use you as a real estate agent? So stay sharp, check the hot sheet, follow up with your MLS system. Those are things you need to do daily as well. So again, we talked about time blocking, schedule time to do that. Maybe that's first thing in the morning. After you get up, you have a great morning routine. Maybe then you just check it so that when you make your calls, you can tell people exactly what's going on in your market. All right, let's talk about branding and marketing. Again, I'm not talking about going and getting a bunch of pencils. I'm not talking about your real estate signs that may have your face on it. Again, with a listing, that's a little bit of marketing, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how do you show up? How do you put yourself out there? And a big part is now videos. Are you afraid to do videos? When I first got into real estate, I never did a video before. My Facebook account had like 200 people in it. I wasn't on social media, but I knew If I had to make it and I wanted to make it as a real estate agent, I had to get on social media. I had to start doing videos. So how I started marketing myself is with information and on video, and I started Mondays with Monica. And I continue to do that every Monday because consistency is key as well. We've talked about that as well. You have to be consistent. What can you do? Give value out there so people start seeing. Do a video, and it doesn't have to be a long one. It can be just a 30-second information or just a market update. People will see that. They'll start recognizing you as the local market expert, and that's what you want. Market yourself, but get on social media, start doing videos, but make them of value. Not just random videos. And I know there's a lot of funny reels out there. Throw some of those too to show your personality, but those videos aren't selling. Some of them may be going viral, but those agents aren't selling. The ones that are the ones that add value. And that's the important piece. Being successful in real estate is building community and having relationships in the community. So what area do you live in? What part of town do you live in? And how can you become an active member of the community? When I first got in, that's something I was looking for, and I joined the local Chamber of Commerce and I became the president of their boards. I was really in it, and I got some great clients from that and got to meet a lot of great people. Take a look at what's in your community. We have the Chamber of Commerce. There's local church and schools. Get involved. Especially as a new agent, you're probably not that busy. I guess don't miss that for lead generation. That should be a part of it. Still do your calls, still do your lead generation, but add on when you're not going on showings, when you're not working on your business, how can you give back? That's an important part of being a real estate agent, and it'll pay off. It's very rewarding, but it'll pay off both ways. And when you're a part of the community, they will recognize that. When you do that, it will feel good intrinsically and give you a greater purpose as a real estate agent as well, and as a person. The next part is multiple streams of income. Now, I'm not talking about diversifying and trying to be a lender or anything else. I'm talking about as a real estate agent. Are you investing? Do you know about investing? How can you get other income when it comes to the real estate business? And the easiest way, a lot of times, to pick up investment properties and to make money on rentals or flips is actually being in the business, because when you go on listing appointments, you'll find that there's sellers that say, hey, I don't want to list my property. I just want to sell it for this price. And if you can find me that buyer, they can have it. And you can still make a commission of it, but hey, what if you said, you know what? I can buy that from you. It's a win. You get them out of a situation maybe that's bad for them, they don't want to be in. So you need to kind of think about, hey, in real estate, this isn't just about me selling 100, 200 homes, but how can I make sure I have a great future and build generational wealth? So I want you to think about that. How can you become an investor while you're a real estate agent than just a one-track sell real estate mind? That's important. You want to have it, but look at the opportunities around you and get them. We covered a lot of things, right? You gotta pick the way you're gonna lead generate. You have to stay consistent with your business, okay? You gotta show up daily. Again, you don't have a boss. You have to be your own boss. Set expectations for yourself. Show up and do the work, okay? You gotta build real relationships. You gotta get out there in the community. And you know what? Start thinking also like an investor. Those are a lot of steps. And it could be hard because you know what? If you're not with the right brokerage, it can be even tougher. At Totally About Houses, we do that for you. We do a lot of it. We have leads if you need leads. We teach you how to lead generate, how to do exactly that. We gave them these skills that they need. We have a full marketing team that's gonna help you market and get strong. And we got some great commission splits as well. If you're looking to be a top producer, follow these steps or just reach out to me. I'm Monica Dunlap, 502-273-0653, or just email me at broker@totallybouthouses.com. I look forward. I can brainstorm with you, coach you, and how to get you going to be a real producer. Look forward to talking to you soon.